Hello everybody. In today's video we'll be covering JavaScript objects. I am doing this exercise as a part of the JavaScript Essential Training from LinkedIn Learning. If you're a Canadian university student, then I'm not sure outside of Canada, but I'm almost 100% sure that you have access to LinkedIn Learning for free, and you could follow along with the entire course as I will be doing. And get rid of that. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into what we're covering for today. So what you're seeing right now is just the HTML kind of boilerplate. You can generate this quite easily by writing the exclamation mark and enter in Visual Studio Code. And following that, I gave this a title, and then I included my script tag, which refers to my script.js file right here. Now, you don't have to include this, but it is recommended to sort of get used to these best practices. And these best practices is in reference to how you load your JavaScript. And so nowadays we don't just load the script tag and leave it as is. We add a keyword next to it, which is defer or async, of what I know as of yet. And essentially the difference between the two is that defer will load the JavaScript at the end once you've loaded your HTML. So it'll leave all of its rendering until it's done its HTML. Now, in our case, we're going to do this because none of our HTML code is reliant on our JavaScript. If we had functions or if we had moving parts, then we wouldn't necessarily be able to use deferral. We'd use async. And so, like I've kind of written out over here, async will, well, I didn't go into async, but async will go in and asynchronously load our JavaScript where it's deemed necessary. So in our case, we're just using our HTML document as a way to outline how our JavaScript interacts in the web. So getting into our practice, in this video we're going to focus on objects. So we are going to create JavaScript objects based on objects in our current environment, and we have a list of tasks that we got to do with that. Okay, so to initialize a JavaScript object, we are going to set it as a constant, and we're going to equal it, and we're going to give it a name. So in my case, it would be a compliments water bottle. Okay, cool. So you'll see this right here. This is Copilot trying to autofill, and this is correct. Like, I could go around and do this, but I won't as of yet. If you are a university level student in Canada, you can also do LinkedIn Learning and get Copilot for free, which is really cool. So I'm going to kind of describe and give this water bottle some attributes. So I'm going to give it a name, and this is going to be my water bottle. Okay, I'm going to give it a color, and it'll be blue. I'm going to give it a material. So we're going to set it equal to plastic. And I'm going to sort of autofill some of these because it's not necessary for me to type it all out. The size of this, however, would be not 1 liter, it would be 500 milliliters. So I can put that as the size. So this is a string. This is not a unit. But what I can do is I can set the volume equal to 500. Now, when I call the volume, okay, it just needs a second to load. Oh, I didn't put a comma over here. And now when I call the volume, it'll give me the accurate unit. Now, we're gonna set the cap, okay, equal to its own separate object. So this cap, I'm gonna give it the following attributes. So its color, we're going to set that equal to white. And the material as well, plastic. And lastly, we're going to set the action to screw on. Cool. Okay, awesome. So we have now, done pretty much everything that this is asking. We've kind of written in our constant. Now what we're going to do is we are going to test to see if this actually is proper. So what I need to do is I need to find out how to get live server here. All right. So I need, how do I look at live server? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to, okay, cool. I just need to go up one. So I'm gonna click on go live. It's at the bottom and it's going to open it up in the browser. There's nothing here because the only title it should have is this. Now we're gonna right click, we're gonna go to inspect, okay? And inside of inspect, we wanna go to sources, go to script. So we see that our water bottle is there. But now what I wanna do is, hold on, let's go back to the Visual Studio Code. So test your objects in the browser console by accessing the entire object and its specific properties. Okay. So you know what I'll do? So I'll do this. So I'm gonna console.log. What's the name? So compliments water bottle. Okay, cool. So now we got our entire object. And furthermore, what I can do here is I want to console.log my compliments water bottle, and then I want to do the cap, and inside, so now you see how we have the cap, which is another nested object. I'm gonna call the material. Oh, sorry, I did not spell that right. Okay, it's not gonna let me paste it. That's okay, we can rewrite it. Console.log. So you know what I'll do? I'll clear this. And I'm going to console.log my compliments underscore water underscore bottle dot cap dot material. And it's plastic, which is correct. Cool. So this is kind of like a brief intro into JavaScript objects. I hope you guys had some fun doing this with me, and yeah, I hope to continue doing this throughout the series. So we'll see you in the following one.